through everything that's been happening in the world since our markets closed yesterday and everything that happened overnight while we were fast asleep. And not only in India, but we're going to take you through everything that has been happening globally as well. So let's just kickstart the show with them, because in the second half of the show, we're going to be talking about all the stock-specific action that you need to be watching out for in today's trading session. So first up, let me take you through what the US handover is looking like this morning. And stock futures were a little changed on Thursday, following a fresh record close for the S&P 500. Remember, there is no stopping when it comes to S&P 500. This is the fourth consecutive session where S&P 500 has closed at a fresh record high. Strong quarterly results from Adobe are also in focus. Stocks are coming off a winning session that saw the S&P 500 notch a fourth straight record close, like I mentioned. The tech-heavy NASDAQ also ended the session at a record. Wholesale inflation unexpectedly ticked down by 0.2% last month, while economists polled by Dow Jones expected the gauge to increase by 0.1%. That follows a consumer price index reading that was flat on a monthly basis in May. Now, hopes for a continued cooling of inflation have boosted equities this week. The S&P 500 and NASDAQ are on pace to end the week higher as well. The S&P 500 has climbed almost more than 1.5% at 1.6% to be exact, while the NASDAQ has added 3.1% as well. However, the Dow is the lone laggard with a 0.4% decline coming in. So watch out for that index, because it has been relatively under pressure compared to both of its peer indices. But while that was on the US front, let's also shift focus and take a look at what's been happening in Europe, because, well, yet another sea of red coming in across the European markets. You have DAX that has closed a whopping 2% lower. You have FTSE that has closed more than 0.6% lower, and the Pan-European Stock 600 index has closed lower by 1.3%. You could say there's a carnage coming in across European markets, because DAX has closed 2% lower, and all sectors have been trading in the red. Auto stocks have been leading all the losses when it comes to European markets. They have hit the lowest level in the last 4 months. So while things look okay pretty much for the S&P as well as for the NASDAQ, Dow slightly under pressure intraday and as well over the course of the week too. But when you look at European markets, you can't say the same, because highly under pressured is where the European markets are coming at. DAX, however, the one to look out for closely, because that index has closed 2% down intraday. But while that was all of that about the US markets.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.